GH on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My name is Godwin Nambo here with Emefa Akosia Adete. It's time for Lifestyle Daily, and as we rightly said, we are discussing career goals amidst New Year resolutions. Okay. Before that, my friends at Alliance Française says, if as part of your New Year resolution you want to learn French, they are ready for you. So they have experienced and professional teachers. They have flexible time schedules. They have online, in-person, and hybrid classes. And they also have French for teenagers and children above the age of 3. To register, you simply have to call 0501287818, 0501287818, or WhatsApp them on 0501287814. I have the number off head, 0501287814. Or you could also reach them via their website at afaccra.org. Joining us this morning for this conversation is the lady with a beautiful name. Like, her name is so beautiful and long. May I? So I have Nana Lexis Akosia Obeniwa Opoku Ajiman. Nana Lexis Akosia Obeniwa Opoku Ajiman. She's a life coach and brand strategist. Nana, good morning.
Good morning.
And also joining us all the way from Nigeria via Zoom is the man known as the Catalyst, Dr. Lanre Olushola. He's also a life coach and founder of Olushola Lanre Coaching Academy. Lanre, good morning.
Hi, Godwin. Good morning. How are you? And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. It's good to see you. Always looking fresh.
Thank you. It's good to be here as well on your platform.
Awesome. I can't wait for us to have this conversation. But let me start off with our lady in studio, Nana Lexis Akosia Opoku Ajiman. Career goals. Do you have New Year resolutions?
I do. Personally, because of where I find myself as a career coach,
okay,
and also in the space of branding and advertising, because I have some study within that space, so I want to be able to advance within that space. So I have career goals. I have personal goals. I have health goals. Just list them. A lot of goals.
Is there a difference between, because Emefa and I were talking about it earlier, the difference between setting New Year resolutions and having a set of rules that you just want to abide by every year?
Absolutely. There's a vast difference.
Okay.
Many people would want to say, okay, I won't eat this food again, or I don't want to do that thing again, and want to abide by a certain strict rule. They work hand in hand. Okay. However, sometimes with these strict rules, you're not able to make some of these goals achievable because you're beating yourself so hard. You want to be able to fit into a certain category where you know that you ought to take your time. So these two have different components on how they work, but however, you can actually merge them to be able to achieve the results
as well. Dr. Lanre, what I'm doing, why do I need to set new rules or set some goals for myself at the beginning of the year?
Right, it's a very interesting question you're asking. But let me first of all make some clarifications. People talk about resolutions, but they don't understand what the meaning of a resolution is. So a resolution is a firm decision. A resolution is being determined or being resolute. So what does that really mean? It means you are determined. Determined for what? And that's why only 8% of people achieve, the goals that they set every year, because most people see it as resolutions, a determination. But a goal is an aim. A goal is a desired result that you want to achieve. A goal is an ambition. A goal is about an effort. But with that determination, with that resolution, with that effort, right, you must have a plan and a strategy. And that's why, the whole construct of coaching is the most powerful in the world, right? Coaching is the second fastest growing industry in the world, only second to ICT. And why is that? Because coaches help people achieve their dreams. And life is about progress. Life is about growth. Life is about achieving goals. So let's come back to the beginning of each year. I found out that never achieve their goals. And one of it is this thing that we're doing now. It is a theme. At the beginning of every year, people follow the crowd. Oh yeah, I want a resolution. But guess what? 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks after, they're falling off the train. People do not understand that, you know, you being able to be specific, you being able to be realistic, and you setting specific timelines to everything that you want. Now, that which never measured can never be delivered optimally. So, do I begin my year by setting goals? It is one of the elements of the holistic approach towards, creating my desired year. So goal setting is just an element in the whole plethora of elements I work with. Another thing is you must be able to visualize the future of your dreams. You must be able to picture it in your mind's eye. What do you want? Who do you want to be in the 12 most critical areas of your life? So you must be able to visualize your life holistically. Because if you focus and prioritize work, family will suffer. If you focus and prioritize money, your intimate relationships with people and God will suffer. If you prioritize an area of your life over another area of your life, one area of your life will disrupt another area of your life. And that is why looking at your life holistically and working towards growth is very critical. Now, not just visualizing your life holistically. Now, one of the greatest secrets of success is meditation. What do you meditate upon? And people are asking, what is meditation? Meditation, if you are anxious, you are meditating. If you worry, you are meditating. If you think, you meditate. If you strategize, you meditate. Meditation is about giving attention to something. It's about being mindful about things. So every day of the year, what are you being mindful about? They say that the best way to predict the future is to intentionally create it. So this is the best season. This is the best time to intentionally visualize, to intentionally plan, to intentionally strategize, to intentionally meditate on the life that you want to manifest every day, 365 days this year. Now, they say that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. No, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step in the right direction and the consistency of your steps following your first step. If you do not plan, you have planned to fail.
Okay.
So you must take time out to plan what you want your year to be like, who you want to be, the entirety of the 12 dimensions of your life. And then you live each day in the moment. You take each day at a time. You take each hour at a time. You take each moment at a time, following your strategy and following your plan and being able to look back and measure, what did I do? What could I have done better? What do I need to stop? What do I need to start? What do I need to continue? And at the end of each day, you ensure that you do a gratitude assessment and you look back at your day, being grateful for life, being grateful for breath, being grateful for that which you were able to achieve in alignment with your vision, in alignment with your mission, in alignment with your goal and your plan for the year.
Dr. Larry, wow. You just zoned in into it and just said it all. MFA, you want to?
Right. So I'm sure a few people are still quite lost, especially because of what his initial submission. I got the impression that resolutions quite different from goals, from plan. So what then is a resolution? Do you not set your goal, plan and you're resolute in achieving them? So in this, I want Nana to just arrange it well. At what point does the resolution come in? At what point is the goal? And at what point is the plan? And at what point is the action?
At every point is an action.
at every point, since there's a goal or there's an intention to be able to achieve. Just like Doctor said, initially you have to be intentional about everything you want to achieve. Growth is important, and so if that is very important to you, you have to be resolute in achieving it. And for you to be resolute, it means that you have to be super intentional. So I want to begin to work out, I want to have a certain figure, I want to be able to increase my income. You ought to be intentional about it. That becomes more like a goal that you want to be able to focus on and achieve. How are you going to achieve this? There are factors, the tools that you need. There are partners that you may need. Do I need to change my work? Do I need to reconsider the kind of professional space I find myself in to be able to increase that income that I'm getting? These become gradual steps that you're taking into making sure that those goals become achievable. And at whatever given point, just as Doctor said, you ought to make reflections. So your early morning intentions, when you are back home, you have to reflect and see what were the things that went right and the things that did not go right. You don't wait till like December 31st and then people say, I'm now making a review or whatever I have been able to do within the year. Ideally, it's even important for you to take an odd day within the last time of the year to be able to run a review. That way you can tell whether or not the things you set as goals and the things you set as intentions for you to be able to achieve were actually achieved. So each step of the way, you want to be super intentional.
Okay, so when you take a pen and a paper, whether or not it's the beginning of the year or the end of the year, that thing that you're writing, are they resolutions or their goals?
The goals.
Their goals?
Yes.
So those are not the resolutions?
No. You have to be resolute about making sure those goals are achieved.
Right. Okay. Now I understand it better, especially with the way Dr. Larry said it. So all the things we've been saying about resolutions is just like he said, being
following
determined.
The crowd.
You know, just being determined, oh, Charlie, this year they are work out, this year, there, and the people leave it just there. But when you're setting a goal, what you do is that you put timelines to it, dates and all that, and actions. So that is more feasible than just being resolute.
And you have to have an accountable partner, somebody who helps you to be able to account for some of the things that you set as goals. Just as he said, you need coaches, and that's the most important role that
we'll come to that. We'll come to the coaches part. Okay. But I'm very curious because I know that there are very different facets of our lives. There's the career, which we are discussing today. There is the family life, like he said. There's the relationship with God, ministry. There's so many things we have to pay attention to in our year. I want to believe that whether we like it or not, one or two of these facets of our life will suffer at the expense of the other. I want to believe so. Looking at, Dr. Larry said, be holistic, and I'm looking at all these things. I'm like, God, I do not have time to. I can have time for God. I can have time for work, but I may not necessarily have time for family. Is it not possible that when you start your year, you focus on a certain part of your life and say, this year is about going to school, it's about my academics, and it's about my relationship with God. Next year, I'll think about relationship, intimate relationship. Do you have to put everything together, or do you have to focus on some things?
Every one of those have to be involved.
Interesting.
Because just as Doc said, it's a holistic approach to making sure that you're living an intentional life. You're being able to achieve. Every part of your life actually gets to suffer if you ignore it and then focus on one particular one. So if it's the career you're looking at, once you begin to look at career and you're not focusing on your accountability, or let's say your funds in your account, how are you going to focus on this career and make sure that you're being effective? If you're not taking care of your health, how are you going to be able to show up for that career that you think is actually going to work it for you? If family is not being supportive, when we speak of family, family is not just about blood. They're friends that you've acquainted yourself with. And then if you're ignoring these people on your journey to becoming that successful career person, how are you going to tag them along? So every part of your life, you ought to be intentional. That is a part that every youth or every individual needs to arrive at. Intentionality. There's the more reason why a lot of people are failing. They are not understanding why life is treating them the way it's treating them, because you've decided to focus on just specific areas of your life and not be holistic. So every aspect of your life is important. You cannot choose just one. Like we mentioned earlier, goals are important. So every part, all the 12 facets of your life, you ought to pay attention to every detail and every goal that you set within these spaces. You just don't set it for one area.
Did you say 12?
Yeah.
There are 12?
Yeah. It depends on you, actually.
Okay.
You can actually begin to broaden up if you want other things to work effectively for you.
I heard Dr. Larry also say 12.
Yeah.
There's something,
are you able to tell us these 12?
So you have your faith, right?
Faith.
You have your health.
Health.
You have your academics, or perhaps your professional lifestyle that you want to lead. You have family.
Family.
Family can be splitted into many parts. Okay. So from friends to intimate relationships, you want to think about extended family and nuclear families here and there. You want to equally look at how well you're growing with other relationships with people across the various sectors that you find yourself in. Your professional bodies, the things that you want to really realistically. I want to be seen within a certain space and say, hey, you are the professional at XBC. So your career becomes very important.
Okay, career.
We've mentioned about six. We're looking at your faith. Have you mentioned that?
Yes.
Okay, so we are looking equally at your appeal, how you appear before people. Image. Okay. Your brand is important. Everything that you do steps on your brand. So if you want people to begin to look at you the right direction, you want to look at that area. We're looking at... I'm lost.
You remember, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
quite
maybe Dr. Larry will help us.
But again, so today we try to want to focus on career. Okay, I am quite a lot of years old, and so every year I hear like your goals and all of that. I'm just wondering, what differently can I do or say or be resolute about my career that, you know, in all of these years I may have not done? This is why I would say I'm not progressing. Or what differently can I hear? If I had a conversation with the Catalyst today or with you, Nana, what differently can you say that I have to put in my career goal that you didn't tell me last year? Or it's just a matter of telling me the same thing and ensuring that I'm doing it? What exactly is the problem?
Both works. Why am I speaking that way? First of all, the goal that you set for yourself, even before you stepped into the career, was very important. Okay. You knew what you wanted to achieve with your career. You knew that you wanted to be able to maybe hold a master's degree. You want to be able to cash in a certain amount of money. You want people to see with a certain imagery in their mind. When they hear your name, you want them to move. You want to be a table shaker. You want to be an intentional leaver. So all these places factor in your career goals that you want to set. Realistically speaking, at this point, where do you find yourself in your career? That is a question you ought to ask yourself. The why, the what, the where you are going with your career. What are the things you want to really achieve? Are you very comfortable at where you are? If you're not comfortable, it means that, okay, so for most of the goals that we set, for most of the things that we want to achieve, you ought to be in a very discomforting position to be able to say, no, I don't want to be here. I want to move on to the next and then be able to achieve much more than I am already achieving. So you have to run that assessment for yourself to be able to tell, okay, the things I said last year about my career, I've not been able to achieve them. I'm not going to add extra things to them, but I'll make sure that I'm moving from a step to another. That way, you know you're climbing up the ladder. Every career has a ladder. There are people who are higher than you. There are people who are having PhDs and whatnot. People keep reading. They're even diverting into other sectors that you don't even assume they would even get into. So you know what you want for yourself. The coach may speak all the beautiful things they want to speak. They may encourage you to want to do the beautiful things that you want to achieve, but you know where you want to head to. So do you need that upgradement in your certificate? Do you want to be able to join a certain membership within the career space that you find yourself? Would it help you? Would affiliation help you? Would people within your circle begin to recognize you and then actually recommend you onto other things? So this is the area you want to look at when it comes to career goals that you're setting for yourself. At what point are you being resolute about it? That you've realized that, okay, during my assessment, during my review, I realized that no, last year wasn't good. The things that I set was not right. Okay, I was able to make these progress. I wasn't able to make that progress. That way, I'm going to actually make sure, endeavor, be intentional about every step of the journey to becoming the things that I have listed in my goal of my career.
Okay. Is Doc still on?
Yes, I believe so.
Hi, Doc. So 3 things. If you still don't mind, you want to tell us these 12 areas of your life, as Nana started, it was about 6 or 7 of them. You want to add the rest, or you want to take it all over again. That's number 1. And then number 2, I want clear cuts, the do's and don'ts in certain, like, it's too much of a gray area. I don't know, maybe because you're a coach or, you know, it's easy, but what's the clear do's and don'ts? I want to start setting the plan now, and I want to list it. I want it to be very clear. So the don'ts at all, I want to stay away from it. Then finally, the question would be, you have said that it's important that you need a coach. But do you need a mentor at all? Are mentors necessary in this your journey, in your career journey? 3, yeah? I talk too much, God.
All right. So I'll come back. I'll come back to you. MFA, if I need to clarify those questions that you're asking. Well, the very first thing that you asked is, what are the 12 critical areas? And thank you very much, Nana, for, sharing that. So I'll just reiterate what you have said. So health and well-being is very, very critical. Self-confidence is another area of your life. I call that the secret cocktail to success. Your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-confidence. That's number 2. Number 3 is your faith and your spirituality. You are a spirit being having a human experience. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience. So you are actually spirit. You have a soul and you live in this earth suit called our body. You are not this body and this body is not you. So you have to develop your spirituality. You have to connect with your spirituality and you have to connect with the divine. Number 4 is your general relationships and networks with people. No man is an island by himself. Why are we having this show? We're having this show and we're adding this value to humanity because we all have a relationship. Without a relationship, the world doesn't go round. No man is an island. Number 4. Number 5 is career. And I'll come back to it, right? In terms of what is a career? A career is really an expression of you. Your career is really the vehicle, right? And the garment, right? That projects you. Your career is your purpose, is the value that you were created to add, the solution that you were born to be. And that's something you need to do differently every year. What is my purpose? Is my purpose still relevant? What is my God-given purpose? And I'll come to a concept called Ikigai when I was zeroing on career. But let me go on with the 12 critical areas. Number 6 is harmony. Harmony, fulfillment, and satisfaction. Very, very critical. Number 7 is, your energy, your aura, your identity, your essence. Number 7 is your finances. They say money answers to all things. The only thing that God compares himself with is money. Says you cannot serve 2 masters. So many people chase money. Many people work for money. Many people are being driven by the spirit of mammon because the reason why you do what you do is more important than what you're doing. So why do you go to work? Is it to make money? Is it to pay your bills? Or is it to solve problems and to add value to humanity and fulfill your purpose? So is it money that is driving you, or fame, or power, or fulfillment of your mandate? Number 8 is your intimate relationships or your marriage. Number 10 is fun, recreation, and rest. Now, you need to sleep a minimum of 6 to 8 hours every day. Do you know that one of the real causes of dementia, Alzheimer's in the future, when you are old, is lack of enough sleep? Oh. Your body regenerates itself. Your body recovers when you sleep. One of the most critical symptoms of a lot of disease is sleep deprivation or insomnia or too much sleep. So fun, recreation, and rest. You must incorporate fun. You must love what you do and you must do what you love. You must enjoy yourself. Not at the end of the year, but every day.
Yes, sir.
You must have fun with what you do. Family is very, very critical. That's the 10th one. There's the 11th one, family. Then the 12th one is your overall achievement. Man is a goal-seeking animal. The highest human need is self-actualization. So self-actualization is an aspiration that you must work towards. And that's why goal setting is so, so critical. It's so, so important. Now let's come to coaching. Nana talked about accountability. I talked about 10 reasons why people fail. Why 92% of people don't achieve their goals. One reason is they don't have an accountability partner. You need someone that will hold you accountable. Have you looked at your life and the areas of your life where you are scoring and achieving? Check it out. You have someone that you report to. At work, you have a manager that you have to report to. Every month, HR is assessing you. That's an accountability system. The reason why when you are married, you want to stay loyal is because someone is holding you accountable. Without accountability, forget it. And that's where the coach comes in. The coach is trained. The coach is a professional. Let me use football. There is absolutely no way that Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi or Mbappe will realize their full potential without somebody working with them as a coach. A coach doesn't tell you what to do. A coach helps you tap into the resources that are available within you. A coach helps you realize your potential. A coach challenges your thinking and helps you think independently. A coach helps you become you, the best version of you. Helps you attain your authentic, ideal self. That's a coach. Now, you need a coach in your life. At the same time, you need a mentor or a model or a role model. Now, where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? There's a difference between who you are and what you are. Right? There is someone out there that is the epitome or the ensign of what you want to become and who you want to express yourself as. You need that role model. Now, you can have a role model by proxy, or you can have a role model that you have a relationship with, you check in with regularly. I have several role models by proxy, and I have role models that I work with on a regular basis. Why do you need a role model or a mentor? That person has gone ahead of you, made all the mistakes. The problem that many of us have is that we only look at the fancy life of our mentors or role models. We don't look at their mistakes. Do you know that failure teaches you more than success? Pain teaches you more than gain. Failure teaches you more than achievement. So the questions you want to be asking your role model or your mentor is how did you get here? In what areas of your life did you fail? How did you overcome those challenges so that you don't have to go through it? It is easy for you to walk your own path with a coach, to create the future of your dreams with a coach. But that coach cannot help you shed light like a mentor will help you shed light. That coach cannot handhold you because that coach can't advise you. A mentor can advise you. We need advice in certain areas of your life. So you may choose to have a mentor in marriage. You may choose to have a mentor in your career, someone that is a banker and you want to be the greatest banker, or someone that is an accountant and you want to be an accountant. A coach cannot help you, with accounting, but a mentor can help you with accounting. In terms of some of the things you need to change in your career, right, is you must work with a concept that I call ikigai. It's a well-known Japanese concept where you weave 4 dimensions together. The first dimension you need to weave is your passion. What is it that you love doing? What is it that you are passionate about? Your passion must synchronize with your mission. Now, your mission is that gift that you are born to give the world, the need that you have come to meet, the problem that you have come to solve for the world. You have to integrate your passion with your mission, with your vocation. Your vocation is that which you are paid to do. Your vocation is that which you are paid to do. What is it that you know? What problems are you able to solve that people are willing to pay you for? And then the fourth one is your profession. What is it that you are damn good at? What is it that when they wake you up at 2 a.m. to do it, you're better than anyone else, right? It infuses your talent. It infuses your skill. It infuses your education. It infuses, your self-development over the years. What is it that you're so good at that people are always asking you help for? What is it that you are head above shoulders, above anybody else when you are in it? What is it, right, that you are so passionate about that when you are doing it, time passes? What is it that you can do for free? That speaks to your passion. Now, for you to change something this year, right, you have to create a synchrony or a harmony between your passion, your mission, your vocation, and your profession. We call it operating in a state of flow. This year, you begin to operate in a state of flow. Now, how do you get that done? Right? As a next step, ask yourself, what did I do last year and the years before that are not adding value to me or serving me in my career that I need to stop? So I'm going to teach you the stop, start, more, less model. What do I need to stop? The things that are no longer serving me, the relationships that are no longer serving me, the environments that are no longer serving me. What do I need to stop? The relationships that are no longer serving me, the beliefs that are no longer serving me, the fears that are no longer serving me, the values that are no longer serving me, the goals that are no longer serving me, the systems that are no longer serving me that I need to stop. List all the things that you need to stop this year. Second one is start. What is it that I need to do that I'm currently not doing? In line with my passion, in line with my mission, in line with my vision, in line with my goals. What do I need to start doing that I'm not doing? Then more. What is it that I did last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago that delivered results for me, that added value to humanity that I need to do more of? And less. What is it that I'm wasting time with that is not so important? I watch too much Netflix, 6 hours a day. I need to do less of that. It's part of fun. So as I wind down each day, I will watch 1 hour, not 6 hours or 8 hours.
Yes, sir.
I go out every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do you know that time is the only value you have to exchange for anything in this world? Yeah. And you have to invest time, not spending time or using time. Invest time, because once time is gone, it's gone. So what do you need to start? What do you need to stop? What do you need to do more of? And what do you need to do less of? Now, you need to do that exercise in all the 12 critical areas of your life that we noted. I want to talk to you about career. Right? People talk about work-life balance. It is an aspiration in futility. It is an illusion. How do you balance your whole life with work? Work and career is an element of your life. Don't get it twisted. Career is an expression of your life. It's only one out of 12 areas of your life. Why do you want to prioritize only that, to the detriment of 11 other areas of your life? If we create a scale and we put life and we put career, without life, there's no career. You are dead. Without life, there is no happiness. Without life, there is no fulfillment. So that whole concept of work and life balance is an illusion. It is about creating harmony in your life. Harmony in all the 12 critical areas. That's how you find fulfillment. That's how you find satisfaction. That's how you find happiness. I hope I answered all the 3 questions.
Yes, and
Dr.
overly.
Lanre Olushola, wow.
And overly. I'm glad that I asked you questions in one.
I don't think there are any further questions because, Dr. Lanre, there's so much to glean from you. Sorry, there's so much to glean from you. I don't know if Nana will have something to add to that, but I see Nelson Mandela and Fela Kuti behind you, and you're talking about mentors by proxy. I just want to ask, this is a personal question, are these mentors by proxy for you?
Yes. Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, Muhammad Ali, all of those guys are my proxy mentors. Anthony Robbins, Dr. Dyer, Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk,
wow.
name them.
Quite a number of mentors you have.
Yeah.
You chose all of the good ones.
The Bible says that we have come to an innumerable company of angels and to the spirits of just men made perfect. Right? We can create a system whereby you have access to Solomon, to David, to Elon Musk, tap into their intelligence and their genius so that you can become intelligent and a genius as well.
Personal questions. Do you have demons and do you know your demons? And what role are they playing in these 12 areas of your life?
I believe you're asking about weaknesses, right?
I guess.
So
Yes, yeah.
every strength is a weakness, and every weakness is a strength. Now, a strength in the area of self-esteem, right, and self-confidence can be seen as pride in the area of intimacy and relationship. So, in different contexts, strengths are weaknesses. In different dimensions, weaknesses are strengths. The key is emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence. The ability to know that this weakness is a strength in this dimension and to give yourself the permission to use it. So, yes, I identify that there could be weaknesses, but I see weaknesses as strengths. I identify that there could be strengths, but I see strengths also equally as weaknesses. So what I do is when I get into a state of flow, I allow my intuition and my spiritual and emotional intelligence to kick in and to deploy what I need to deploy at the right time, in the right place, for the right context.
Thank you. Said giving yourself permission to use it. Yeah, yeah. No. Before we went to Doc, you were telling us about how you set goals for yourself and how they can be actionable. If you want to, maybe because you're a branding person, that is SMART goals, right? If you wanted to open them, then you want to go to SWOT, and if you go to the PESTLES and all of that. My question will be, in all of these, these 12 areas that he's mentioned, after you've gone out of yourself, how are you able to shield or open yourself to the external factors?
One key thing that he spoke about is that your strengths are your weaknesses, and then they also form weaknesses in other directions, or other strengths in other directions. So you want to identify these strengths that you have within these listed goals that you've set. No matter who you are, no matter where you've reached in life, you have these demons that you speak of. But it's your ability to accept that they are demons, is what helps you to actually overcome them. And then in overcoming them, the ability to learn that you ought to give yourself some level of gratitude that, hey, I've been able to achieve this, helps you to get to that destination of making sure that these goals are actually working.
Right.
I don't think I have further questions. Class is still in session, I believe, or we're about to wrap up our class this morning. If you have questions, do send them to us as we take the final words from our panel this morning. If you have questions concerning your career this year, new things you want to start, God, it's too much. I feel like Dr. Larry has poured so much into us this morning. If you have questions or contributions, do send it to us on 055 03315. Hey, I've forgotten the number.
Oh, actually, let's find out how, because you definitely need a coach, by all means, and as a start of the year, yes, you should be channeling all of these questions to the right people, the appropriate quarters. So let's go to Doctor and ask him, what are his plans this year?
Yeah.
No, I can't be nice. What are your resolutions? What are your plans? I've seen that your page is very active with some wellness coaching and a lot of things that you're up to. What are you up to for the year?
Oh, every year we start with a challenge. So today, this year we're doing a 4x1 challenge. It's a 70-day challenge. We're taking people through life design. So, a 3-day life design masterclass that follows allocating accountability partners to them for the next 70 days that help them in that class design the 12 areas of their life and then allocate an accountability partner that handholds them for 70 days. A 70-day meditation challenge where we, on a daily basis, morning and evening, teach you how to meditate and take you through guided meditation every day. A 70-day visualization exercise where we teach you, right, how to visualize, So, Nana was talking about, she used 2 words, I want and I will. Now, you see, the thing about goal setting, right, advanced goal setting is about not declaring what you want to do. You are acknowledging that you don't have it. Everything that you want, you already have it. Now, when you go through visualization, You actually put yourself in the place where you are living it. So you don't want it. You already have it, right? I am wealth. I am prosperity. Not that I want to be wealthy. There is a shift that happens to you neurologically, spiritually, and psychologically. The Bible says, let the poor say, I am rich. Let the sick say, I am healed. Not I want to be. There is a concept of skillfully using and rightly dividing the words that you speak. That's the fourth thing that we're doing. 70 days of affirmation. Oh, we're going to teach you how to skillfully use your words. So that's the first thing that we're doing. The second thing that we're doing this year is we're putting coaches into a mentorship group, and I'm mentoring coaches for the next 12 months. Another thing that we're doing in Q1 is what I call the Quantum Manifestation Mastermind Group, where I'm taking people for 8 weeks through a quantum manifestation and quantum possibilities masterclass and mastermind, where you begin to manifest all the 12 critical areas of your life on a quantum scale. That's what we're doing in Q1. You see that it's already loaded. So you know what? You want to get onto those programs, because the way that you start your year is the way that your year will run. Now, you want to guarantee that your year runs on a quantum scale. You want to guarantee that you're happy, you're successful, you are in love, and you are loved, and you have peace and contentment. Start your year well.
Beautiful. How can we be part of this?
Yeah, so just go to my Instagram at Lanre Olushola. Just Google me, the Catalyst Lanre Olushola, and you'll see all the information that you need on my Instagram handle. Okay. That's the best place to go. Just go to my Instagram handle, and every day I share nuggets and incredible tips on how you can give yourself the permission to be the best version of yourself. This is your greatest year that you have ever lived. It is your quantum year. Congratulations for staying alive, and congratulations for giving yourself the permission to excel and be the best version of yourself.
Oof, Dr. Lanre Olushola, always a pleasure talking to you. Always. Thank you so much. I'm wishing you a beautiful year as well.
Amen. Amen.
And you got any plans back here in Ghana for us as well?
Absolutely. We have about 12 events for the year. Yes.
What's going on with the speed in this year?
I tell you, people are ahead, eh?
People are beginning to realize who they are, what they stand for, and then the need for them to put in extra work to be able to get to the final destination of their vision or their dreams. And so we've outlined a number of masterclasses that we have for them, and then we have 2 major annual events that we work on. So Project You, which is the Power of You, is for October. We have Brand Power Tour on Wheels, which is more like a meditation sort of event. So we have a 3-day activity out of Accra. Everybody come with your problems. You get a chance to speak with any form of coach that you're looking for. Within the 3 days, you get away from your phone. Let's actually speak to you, your life, your soul, and everything. Yes. And then we have other masterclasses like Reincarnation. We're talking about resolutions for this January. You're wondering what reincarnation may be, right? Reincarnation is you being able to recreate yourself in the next year in the next life that you want to find yourself in. So
that's another big one. The next life.
Yes, yes, because we are, just like Doc said, we are first spiritual beings before we are human beings.
Yes.
And so whatever you do, you need to pre-think what you were before, and then where you would end up at the end of the day. The final destination is what matters, irrespective of all the struggles that you go through. So we have these masterclasses coming up. You can go onto my website, it's nanalexis.com. You find most of the events in there. You can equally do the conversationalist on all social media platforms, and then you find it.
This year, I aspire to be like you, be early. I want to be early in all areas of my life. This woman is just so early and it's just
Very
beautiful.
early. She got here
is
before
very
I got
early.
here.
Yeah, very early.
That's really beautiful.
And that's something I just picked up from you.
That's
You know, it's
sweet.
easier when they say it to you, but when you see it,
Yeah.
you can feel and then you can want to be it. Okay?
Intentionality, you know.
Yes?
Actions and no resolutions. Eh?
Yes.
Well, there you have it, right?
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
Thank you
guys.
so much. Class is officially ended. Okay? Thank you so much. Up next, we have Travel Tuesday. And for those of you who enjoyed December, some of us didn't enjoy it that much because we didn't go out. So we're looking at all the events that happened and how the diasporans enjoy themselves coming to Ghana this December. Miss Drew is helping us with that.
We're looking for the people that were dancing at 6:30 a.m. in the morning.
That guy who said who looks
they
like
are
me.
diasporans. They are.
No.
Guys, Travel Tuesday in a different twist coming up shortly. Just stay.